Cloud9 almost the full distance, and so ENCE are not going to be coming into this one cold and quiet. However, I am excited to see what Complexity can bring to the table. They're pumped up, ready to go after that first win on Anubis and looking for their 2-0.
Right then, let's get it, shall we? It's a pretty slow start as far as pistol rounds go, all grouping down towards the bottom of ramp for ENCE. They're keeping everyone together. A lot of util again, similar overtones to Anubis in that sense. You've got all the util to go for the A play, right? You've got these two smokes for left and right side of sight, flashes to support, and then even a nade stack for that boost.
Yeah, talking nades, JT's got his ready for the bomb as well.
Yeah, it's a retake setup over towards this side of the map, so Complexity
Gotta go.
not deterred by this. The nade never lobbed out, right? Never used for the planter. Instead, it goes in a little later. That flash was meant to set up Complexity. They try to come through these smokes, but end up getting churned up by the Glocks. It's SunPayus with the double, tipping the scales nice and cleanly in favor of ENCE. Maden's on burst. They're getting ever closer, but they can't quite run him down. It's a bit of an ugly pistol here. But in the end, ENCE leave it looking pretty. JT, last man standing, and they run him down. So a nice start for ENCE to open up.
Yeah, JT, I don't think he had two nades because one was dropped and we saw him shooting at it earlier. I didn't quite catch whether he got it, but it was still on the HUD. So I'm pretty sure he lost one of those nades as it rolled underneath, and that's why he didn't throw it on the plant. He just used it for sandbags instead. Flashed him through the smoke, but with a flash assist at least telling some of the story, it didn't go how Cole wanted. Nice, easy exec for ENCE. They don't panic, they don't jump the gun, and they're going to get a pistol round in their pocket. Full eco, Walker, it's a nice strat, but ENCE have already headed towards that B site with a bomb. There is a player here, at least keeping eyes on ramp, a couple in fact, but they'll see this A setup and they will be able to get out, even if they lose these players. Seemingly no way Cole can win this round from the setup alone unless ENCE really overthink it. And they're not going to. Snappi's crept into B. And the further he gets, the more assured he is that he has this site. Cole are just going to throw themselves through this smoke.
Flash and a dream. Oh, the USPs do get one. But then the murder commences. dycha with the ace. 5 kills in the blink of an eye from his Galil. And the USPs have been deleted.
Take that every day of the week. Nice little ace for dycha. No complaints. And now we come in with the big guns for Complexity. This will be a great round for ENCE to run a quick ramp take, for example. They've still got Mac 10. Oh, actually, they upgrade it straight away. They don't even... Oh, they lost it, rather. They've still got Galils, though. And Cole don't have the mollies in this first buy round. And so we'll start with a AAA attack. Going to be moving up ramp. JT looking through this smoke. But he won't hang around forever. Concedes it, gives him the ramp control. As Maden waits for a short flash. Anti for the time being. ENCE through 2 double nade setups on either side of the map, but only some damage to Fang. The re-aggression's coming in for JT in the meantime.
Yeah, I like what Complexity did here. They had a triple ramp setup to begin with, right? And they had hallzerk playing sandbags, but then I think like the realization sets in of like, well, they have way more utility than us, so I'm gonna get mollied here. So they leave, but now they've heard all this util come out. They've heard most of those mollies get lobbed, and so they've moved JT back into it. Now I said most of the mollies, right? That's kind of that's the real critical word here. SunPayus does still have one. And if he gets that in on the sandbags, JT won't have the util. It's going to have to come from hallzerk. Now, nice thing about someone else throwing it is it does raise that question, is that a bait? Well, they're going to learn that it's not. JT swings out, gets a double. All you could have asked for, really. hallzerk dead, but still good for one. SunPayus left in the 1v3 with 30 seconds left. Doesn't have too many options here, really does just have to commit and follow through with the A play if he wanted to do anything here. The Complexity, they would have to try to give this one away, it feels like. Ivan I heard that. You hear that?
Yeah, they heard it as well.
Ramp stuck. You stuck ramp. Yeah, they know.
Step,
they know.
Step.
Sorry.
Step on
Sorry, Hugo.
That's fine.
And sorry,
don't want to miss
complexity. Yeah.
You know, that's a really nice round. And on top of that, I think part of exactly the fake that you sold, right, that you mentioned, when you smoke someone else's molly, there's no guarantee. Sometimes that smoke takes a second to get in. You'll hear a tick of damage, and you'll know that that's a fake smoke, but not a single tick of damage lands, right? The smoke comes in so quickly for hallzerk. I think that's part of the reason they don't get convinced. Then he gets flashed in. And it's not just JT's double up, I think it was here, but it's hallzerk's re-aggression. It's a hallmark of taking back ramp, right? But it's actually super hard sometimes when you have the A1S to do that, or the A4, because you're on headshot angles, and that always favors AKs. And the amount of times you can get a dink and then not finish the kill is pretty common. Through the smoke and denied. That says no smoke kill in the kill feed. I disagree.
Yeah, I will
Snappi
say
saw him.
The kill feed line on that one.
Yeah, Snappi did not see Fang. He just shot through. Great kill from the captain as ENCE get ready to commit off of it.
Oh, hello. Yeah, complexity have flashed through these left and right side smokes. They want to try and fight for this site control, playing ahead of it. Even throwing this boost up late. Nice idea. Grim's going to get out with the kill. Spammed after the fact, right? Was kind of on a hope and a prayer that he would stay alive there, but his teammates hold the line. They keep this one even in the 3-on-3. ENCE have already dumped in the util, so they've got to get up behind it. They've got to start to commit to the site now. No util to disrupt that plant. Damage done through the smoke. hallzerk has just been peppering them from afar. Cole can wait for these to fade before they commit to the retake. 2 kits in play, so that's not a worry. And even the smoke on Floppy to try and complicate matters, trying to force some of these gunfights by smoking the bomb. hallzerk waits, he's rewarded for his patience. Dycha's head taken off. Smoke now on that bomb, forces fights at ramp. Valde, gotta get him off the defuse. He does last second, but a big trade for JT means that complexity will, by the skin of their teeth, walk that round over the line.
Cole are playing some great CS right now. Just the perfect ramp take to get those early kills. They get out in the 3-on-3. They don't give away any more picks. And while ENCE play the round exactly as they should have in getting the bomb down and then falling all the way back, not overcommitting, Cole just perfectly played the retake, holding patiently for that sandbags kill. Smoke on the bomb. JT covering from above, meaning Valde really can't get him off the plant without being forced to fight JT. Cole could not have played that round better, really.
Yeah, you know, I even love that, like, you know, the decision to kind of aggro through the left and right side smokes. I do like that. I like that they're so quick and concise with calling in the boost. Yeah, it's showing that they have done some work here, right? They've got more ideas. Some teams, when those left and right side smokes come in, you can feel a little useless, like you're just locked out of the round, but there was always an intent from complexity to go through.
Yeah, so much of the A site on this map is just knowing when to commit with taking back ramp and when to play retake, and it can be especially hard when you don't have the util, but that one smoke makes all the difference. It just puts the doubt in ENCE. They can't even check and see if that bomb's being tapped or stuck, and so you kind of have to commit to sprays, and that just leaves Valde awkwardly in the open. So Cole, already good signs considering ENCE started off with a pistol and the follow-up. Gonna try a new site, a new idea, a quick boost on B. Dycha looking for a pick before he just jumps up. And when you have so much room like this, you often expect Tetris or Quad to be the position. They don't have a molly though, that would be everything. If they threw a molly Quad right now, Dycha would just get a free kill onto Floppy. Instead he has to hope he doesn't get swung, and well, Floppy's not needed, but he has been given away. Grim got that kill, they know Floppy's trapped. He still has no hurry to fight, but he takes 2 engagements and puts them both low. Bodies burnt and knocked off the building. hallzerk hits him where it hurts.
What I want to know is who was the one who leapt off the bit like, I'm just...
Run!
like it's a real fire. Oh, Valde finished off. Desperate times, calling for desperate measures on that one. Oh.
Take it. Floppy's pissed probably, but he did 90 damage to 2 players, so it could have gone a lot worse. Dear oh dear.
Fight or flight isn't meant to be taken that literally.
Let's check this. They're blocking each other, going forward, going back. There was no winning there. Oh, quick ramp take, but JT's got his one way. First ramp control round for Cole. They haven't taken this deep peek yet. JT got to be very careful doing this alone. There's a player on the right side. He's just spamming right now. They don't want to face the one way either, but they will jump up onto the Nafany and take a bit of yellow control. Oh, Fang's just running. I don't think they realize.
Yeah, they didn't see him.
Now they know the spam will have been heard. Fang's still going to swing it. He gets his vengeance from earlier, but no more than one. SunPayus put down to half, and maden climbs up into the site to take down JT. ENCE can throw smokes and run an exec, and this is now very hard for Cole to recover.
Yeah, Grim's still alive over on shore, but not for much longer, surely, right? Flashes start to rain over the top. He does well to get out with a one and done. maden low, and hallzerk nails the shot with the AWP. Complexity able to rise to the occasion on that one there.
That was a suffocating molly. It felt like maden was like, oh, I'll just climb on top of default. Couldn't get up without burning. Goes default, still burning, has to swing into the AWP. That couldn't have gone worse. If he goes on top of default, he probably can take down hallzerk there, but just runs into him. Really awkward Molotov.
Dude, I've been super impressed with hallzerk throughout this, man. He's topping the charts again.
And, you know, he's been pretty weak in Europe, comparatively, in you know, Tier 1 events versus when he's out in NA, so no time like the present to show up as well. Fang, God, he's very audacious with these fights through the smoke. And maden has a bit of a gap.
Emphasis on bit of a gap. Fang gets out and past it, and
get out.
Will flush maden out of the short smoke.
How oppressive, though. The fact that he's willing to hang around and stay for more kills. And this is nice because, oh, he's going.
No, I was
going to say, just swinging off of JT's contact is nice, but
I think it was maybe they wanted to swap, right? Because they've only seen Fang so far, but then the call is like, just hang around, we'll fight for this every step of the way. They give one engagement to dycha. Oh, make it a double. The Deagle, 2 to the good, and hungry for more. Never knowing when to stop, does the Deag. It's a demanding weapon, but hallzerk will silence it.
hallzerk loves his pistols. Sometimes forgets he even has the AWP on his back, I feel, but low HP player, easy tap to end it. And Cole.
You know, as long as he gets that off every round.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that off every round. That was a great content piece. I heard he even cut the sleeves off his shirt himself for that one.
Yeah, he brings that weight with him to every event. It's kind of gross because it's been with him for so long now. I don't think he realizes that it's not always the same wheat. You know, whenever the Americans do it, I don't know if the Americans.
I know it is his own though. He works out on the ranch in his spare time.
In the
ranch. It's also his favorite sauce or condiment. But I gotta say, I'm getting a little worried for ENCE, Harry. I know we're early in the game, but this is their map pick. This is one that they've played a lot. Cole are coming in with new ideas, some nice ramp control right now. We've not seen B on gun rounds, only that one rifle buy for ENCE. So there's still many more things they haven't tried. That's a good jump for Floppy to get a spot. He knows they could be through his Molotov now. Flash for a fight. Ducked, though, is dycha. But Cole, with wind in their sails, with the map already in their pocket, and with elimination on the line, I gotta say there's cause for concern for ENCE. They need to give us a reason to keep believing. That's a top ramp smoke, not so much a one-way. Head hitbox covered for Fang. We saw Astralis do this a lot when Vertigo got added, often with the AUG.
I like this bit of re-aggression over towards B, right? They've dedicated a fair amount of resources over towards B and mid in this round, and so eventually they've got to do something with that. That little flash getting the info that B ramp was clear might trigger this early rotation out of either JT, Floppy, or Grim. But it won't for now. And so the fact that they haven't reacted, they haven't tried to play off of that info, that can leave these rotates a little further away. hallzerk playing ahead of these smokes inside of the A site. Fang is lost in the source, can't see over them. And with hallzerk now dead, he's got to deliver a kill quickly. He will. The one opportunity he gets, he'll take full advantage of. And finding that 4v4 means Complexity now are looking to give this one a go.
Yeah, they did this before in a 3v3 and they only had one smoke. So while this is a little harder, at least they've got the nades to get it done. Floppy throws in that smoke on the site and he's going to flash him out of elevator. We saw this team flash earlier. Oh, the spam is really nice though, and Snappy's going to get a kill with it. Further damage, time ticking, and opportunity dwindling for Cole. They have not got any kills yet and it won't start soon. They better run or they will die in the site. Floppy out like a light and ENCE on the board finally with an A round. They're third, and they're first with rifles. Or rather, against them.
We need one more round.
They need one more round. I think they're going to need a whole lot more than that. Hey, if you're confident that you can get a 4-round T-side and win the game, all the power to you.
Speaks volumes, right?
Yeah, they must love their CT side. I'm excited now. Well, you've got a lot more to get through before we get there. Cole getting on top of it early as soon as ENCE win a buy with a timeout.
Yeah, I think there, you really do feel the burn of having dedicated so many resources over towards B and mid, right? It kind of forced a more passive hold out of Complexity, and then that allowed ENCE to run their game plan. And I think, the moment you give someone like Snappi that degree of freedom to call into, he's going to have a very easy time, right? I think Complexity, while we've had guys like Fang being super kind of overzealous almost over towards that short side, it's been to their favor a lot of the time. And so we're seeing them trying to flex again, trying to get involved from the get-go. Valde, the quick switch.
Yeah. But that just means he's really ready. Really ready. Grim out, hallzerk down, and Valde gets it done with his gun. Fang's going to get flashed in. It's the only way back into this round, but he couldn't get that guaranteed kill as SunPayus climbed up, or Snappi rather. SunPayus with the kill, and ENCE in a 5v2 where they couldn't lose this if they tried. Easy done, 5 alive, ENCE are back in business.
They got the 4 rounds they were looking for. Anything else? Icing on the cake. And with an eco to follow, a 5th is promised to the ENCE squad. This T-side starting to take shape now. Cole, in these last few rounds, they've tried a few different pressure points, right? But they haven't really proved too fruitful. They feed Valde the kills over in mid. They give him those engagements, and he loved them, didn't he? Tees up ENCE for a nice, easy round.
Cole have been doing this on all their ecos so far. 5 players together. JT is in elevator, but he can still flash B and keep an eye on that A site. And just being very methodical, but soon they will realize how much room they've been given. And a couple of smokes down a plant, and that's another round just locked in for ENCE. Seeing how difficult these retakes have been, even with guns. And Cole are not that well endowed in this round. This better be the best goddamn flash you've ever seen.
Grimy little position from dycha.
Yeah.
That'll be the one that does them in.
It's also the only one they can really trade and get a gun out of it. They can go super late, try and take these guns out with the bomb. And they come. They are going super, super late because ENCE is still here and they can't go that far. They can't run down now. They've got to back up. Oh, nice double. hallzerk gets the kill and Maden dodges the flash but can't dodge death. That's 2 kills on a full eco. ENCE will take, Cole will take it, but ENCE is still coming out better with a 5-5 scoreline going into the next buy. Seems like ENCE figured it out. The change we've seen is far better util on this A site. More mollies on short we've been seeing. And so Cole can't re-aggress right now. ENCE have had eyes on ramp in these rounds.
Yeah, I do like this, though, and I think this was needed for complexity, right? Ramp is just kind of the glaring problem, and it was one that they were really contesting well early with this triple hold, so they're going to move back to it. Much needed change, but the thing is, ENCE are feeling a different sort of confidence on this side of the map. And on top of that, Snappi's the kind of guy where he's cognizant of this, right? He knows that you're going to be feeling this pressure to supplement the A-hold, and he might try and play these mind games. Grim and Fang kills a piece. SunPayus in with one to try and keep this in ENCE's favor. He would love to be given another. Bit of noise made from dycha as he aggroes up the ramp. Floppy spams them on the approach, doesn't want to let them in. Complexity are already trying to get ahead of this. They're pulling rotates over. Fang has pushed all the way down from short A and is now wrapping them through the back line. SunPayus spots that out, and with that kill coming in, there's even an option to rotate back available now. Snappi still fighting, still contesting over towards B, but SunPayus is making the big rotate happen. However, that spot, that info that Grim and hallzerk just get is drop the info. They know that that bomb's looping back around. Planted now over towards A, but they're worlds apart. Grim might have to slow down, give a bit of time for hallzerk to move in. You do not want to leave him in the clutch at 1 HP.
He knows he tagged hallzerk earlier, though. But he's lost his nade. Wasted it. They're going to cross in together, but he might be able to get a shot and dodge out. There's the shot, didn't connect. Options dwindling now, but so is the time to his favor. 10 seconds stick. He needs one shot. He's got it on the bomb. Glock out, pistol out. He's spamming wrong angle. Wrong angle. 10 seconds, and the knife is irrelevant. Cole stick it in the smoke. He couldn't finish what he started. 99-1 with the AWP at the start of the round, and hallzerk sticks the bomb.
It takes a little longer, but it tastes a little better. hallzerk does things the old-fashioned way.
Look, this is the tag. That's the tag. hallzerk lives, and he lives in his nightmares.
The one that got away.
My God, you couldn't write it. One bullet with a pistol. He's shooting everywhere but hallzerk. Poetic justice. From AWPer to AWPer. And that is a painful round to lose. Even hallzerk knows he's a cheeky bugger after that one.
Yeah.
I'm mind blown.
Yeah, I didn't think we would see. I didn't think we would get that.
Yeah, the 10-second stick with 1 health? Nah, buddy. Nah. And these rounds, they add up mentally. They tilt you, man. They get you out of your groove. That should have been ENCE's every day.
This round as well, ENCE have been given a little more room at ramp, almost lulled into this false sense of security, right? But really, it's this triple setup still with a man behind the sandbags. They almost tried to beckon ENCE in to play that a little faster.
They saw him.
Oh, they've seen one man, but JT sees feet.
It's just unrelenting. It's not even with flashes, it's just off feeling. Fang goes for these wide swings on short. And he's got another, but Valde has responded, taking down hallzerk. Dinked in the process, that's what I was talking about earlier, with playing these ramp headshot angles. AK's always favored. And while Valde isn't simple, he will take the AWP. Bogdan's law applies. He's going to try and sell this one. Bomb's going back. Nade is good. Gets rid of Fang. Hidden behind the site is JT. Going to try and bait him in with a heaven play, but this is all a bait. This is all a ruse right now, and Floppy cannot doubt it.
Hang on.
Cannot move away. Double scoped in wide, and Grim gets that kill, but I think he might have seen the second player. Floppy, a lot to do, and 20 seconds to stop.
Can you stop the flop? Smoke sails past him, but the plant is allowed. ENCE have a chance in the 2v3.
So many nades.
Lobbing them all in, lobbing them all out. Going to be able to delay this retake for a long while, even having that Molotov as well, just to buy you that much more time. It goes in, and so Cole, they smoke it, they try to come through. SunPayus responds. Dycha dancing around is dead, and SunPayus having to do it all alone. A 1v1, Grim on the other side, and SunPayus holds on to the round, holds on to a 6th for ENCE, and that's one way to make up for that 10-second defuse in the round prior. He comes alive in the nighttime.
Sun's down, baby. Moon's out, and he had to win it, Harry. He absolutely had to win it. A great fake out for Valde, even so. Getting that nade kill into Fang, dwindling the numbers, keeping 2 players here, forced. Yeah, I don't know how he didn't see that player. Forced Cole to play retake, because Floppy didn't want to commit, and rightly so. And they lose it in the post-plant. SunPayus, 14-5. And again, a broke buy for Cole. But every time they've done this A stack, ENCE have gone B. This is the first time they're going to meet their maker.
Oh my. It's a mowdown. Even the nades, just in case Snappi fell short. There was an airstrike looming. And so ENCE are now up in the lead. This is a good T-side from them. And it's in this position where it could finish real strong, right? If you're ENCE, that you can't miss this opportunity that you've been granted here. Thanks to how these last few rounds have gone and the fact that Complexity have never really built up the bank account, you have a possibility for a very strong finish at the end of the half. If ENCE win this, Complexity are broke heading into round 15. And at which point you could be looking down the barrel of a 9-6 scoreline in ENCE's favor.
Oh, Snappi heard that. Fang went through the smoke, but he came back. And, you know, think about the hero of last map, especially on that CT side. It was hallzerk. He's not been afforded the AWP, Harry. They've not had the money to wield this weapon in recent rounds. Oh, good check for Maden. Getting rid of the aforementioned man. And Fang can't swing here. It would be a death sentence. They have way too much ramp control. Maden looking for more. They can get the smokes in again. Question is, do Cole want to keep playing retake when it's not been working out for them? They're going to try and push ahead of it with that smoke. They can get sandbags, though. JT's got to be very careful. Over the boost is his teammate. But ENCE, they slow it down. They wait. There's a flank coming in. Eyes are not on this, but Valde's just gone back to check it. Double flank forces the retake round for Cole. If Valde gets one, does he leave? Does he expect it to be clear? Or does he run back knife out into Grim? An easy kill, but now ENCE can just go. They know they've got max 2 in the site, and that shouldn't have been enough. Smoke spam, however, drops the bomb. Plant will be allowed. Grim's got nades, but he's still on that flank, having to reset now to middle so Cole can play together. No kit.
Yeah, but that's never stopped them before.
True.
Util going out from Grim. They still don't know whether or not he's rerouted yet. So eyes are on the back line. Maden looking forward. Only good for one. SunPayus with this AWP. They're on the bomb. It's his worst nightmare, but this time something's different. Fang in the 1v2. There's no more smoke there anymore. SunPayus ain't gonna let it happen again. And that's now back-to-back big finishes from SunPayus to find another for ENCE. 8 on the board. The Spaniard's starting to wake up, starting to come alive over these last few rounds, and that can make all the difference.
Definitely. That big ball of gas right now is SunPayus, and he is burning them up right now on the T side. Ever since that hallzerk round, he's been coming in with multi-kills, clutches, shuts down that retake round. SunPayus is not letting it happen, not on his watch. Not on his sundial either. A bad buy for the last round of the half. Cole had early answers on this A-ramp control, but as time has gone on, ENCE have built in, and they've not even really looked at B other than a couple of very late round scenarios. Got nades, and for Tetris as well. Dycha was lining up the nades they threw for Tetris earlier. If he throws them in right now, it's a kill.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Dycha.
Oh, buddy. Floppy.
2-11. Still having a roughy as an anchor.
Yeah, you know,
on Anubis.
He is having a very, very rough go at it, but he's also in a very, very cursed position, right? Like, solo anchoring B without even a teammate on mid. Oof. That's just not easy. Not by a long margin. A man down now, the B site already lost, and even though that bomb's rotated in late to give a bit of time to these rotations, it's not going to be easy for Complexity. They've got a lot to go up against in terms of the util as well. That's going to be used to slow them down, to make life miserable. Maden's even wrapping all the way through A and coming in on a backstab, so this one's a done deal as ENCE look to move on to 9. Fang in the 1v3, but it might just be a formality here. They're all around him, and that kill will decide it. It's a 9-6 half for ENCE.
I can peek Ivy. Good.
Yeah, peek it. Ivy, you missed
Okay,
that.
sandbag.
I'm
peeking Ivy now.
Sandbag, Ivy.
I'm holding sandbag, go.
Peeking Ivy. Spamming. I'm soaking bomb.
Nice.
Yeah,
I saw
holding
bomb.
Ivy, you get on the bomb.
Yeah.
Get on it.
Yeah, I'm holding.
Hook's getting on it. Flash, peeking.
Good ramp.
Last guy, flash.
Ramp. On the wood.
Get to me.
Nice
shit, bro.
Good job, guys.
Whoa.
It happens every time, bro. Good
What's
shit.
going on over there, man?
Nice. Nice entry, Mike.
CT players ready on this site, you'd think there's no chance. If he gives them some time, surely they're going to start to walk away, at least maybe one. But for the time being, actually, maybe they'll stick together all the way to the end. Reading correctly that Siren is just on a staggered attack.
One fake, one sprint, both peek. He's got this pictured. He's got to get the kills, and the first one's his. Does he know? Now he sees. Oh, Lau getting across and going over. That's what ends up taking it away.
Wow.
Comes down to the wire, but it also comes up Sprout.
Yeah, he plays that very well, and if not for a couple of bullets missing, I think he really put them in awkward spots. Having the Opper leave cover with his sidearm out, that's exactly where he wanted them. But a very nice play from Lau. I like calling him Lau because he's really good, and it feels like I'm in the game.
Living vicariously through him.
Yes. He brought up, actually, in the pregame interview that Barry, when he comes in on the tac pauses, he has very different ideas to, I think, what people want to try to do. And I think he said that they have to listen to him to get used to it. But he's got the right ideas.
All down at the base of beat. Long range molly. Patsy has found an opening. Where'd that go down?
Looks like just over the smoke, maybe.
Okay. Punish the yellow push.
That was it a wallbang as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Must have clipped it.
Oh my god, you didn't see Magis or Magics.
More pressure though. Yeah, now they found him. Probably thought he had got away unspotted. In reality,
And where there's a refresh, there's a push. He's been active on both sides.
it's been working out wonderfully. 12-4.
Hey there, A stream. I just want to give you a quick update of what is happening on the B stream. Here we have Spirit. On the other side, we have Sprout, and they already finished their first map. It was Overpass. It was the map pick of Sprout, and unfortunately, they had so many problems with the first half. They just could not plant the bombs and get that economy rolling. Right now, they're already playing the second map. It is also Vertigo, but maybe you should keep on watching the second half of Vertigo with Hugo and Harry.
Only a maybe though, right, Haku? Right, here we are. ENCE lead the way on 9. Complexity trailing behind. After a good start, we had SunPayus come alive and really caused them a lot of problems here. Now they've got their work cut out for them. Ooh. Already SunPayus is making moves, trying to begin this second half the way he ended the first. Kill comes in for Grim, gonna break the silence, even a dink down range to SunPayus, but Snappi's here along with his men. Maden dead, and now dycha back again in the back line, dropped by hallzerk. We find ourselves in a 2v2 and Complexity there running back. SunPayus is trying to get ahead of this. But with him so low, he's so soft, so squishy, so delectable. Will they have a little bite of him?
Taste test. Smoke goes in. Ollie forces him back, and the pistols tap him out as well. Complexity with a late rotate back to A after killing the flank. Find their pistol, save their bacon even. And now try and pull this one back after a pretty quiet CT side. They started so strong with a 5-2 lead, but ENCE really had the answers on taking that A ramp by the end of their T side. We'll see what questions get posed to Cole in the second half, but that one's a good start.
Dude, the weird thing is there, like, dycha obviously has a lot of room, right? And so you understand him wanting to get involved, but I almost wonder, like, he could have accomplished a lot more just kind of keeping them boxed in and forced to the A play, right?
It might also be because of what he's hearing from his team, because they're just constantly swinging ramp, play after. They had a 4v3 and a chance to pull back and wait, and they recommitted in the 4v3, and it kind of digs in their own grave. But you got to play with the team. Maden plays solo on short side. It's a quick kill and will die. Fang waits for re-aggression and they keep feeding the beast. 2 more for Fang and a 4-on-2 as dycha gets stuck in on short side. They will check him and they won't let him chase down their team. Easy round out of Complexity. All players trading kills up on that A site. JT and Fang getting the job done as a 2. And Complexity get rid of that force spy, putting them onto a nice easy breezy round now that should level out the game by 9.
I'm going to say it. Set Floppy up this round. Get him back in the game.
Yeah, wake him up.
2 and 13. And these are not the numbers I'm used to seeing Floppy give us.
No. That being said, I think it's great that we have had other players very activated in this game. hallzerk by the end of Anubis, but starting Anubis, Grim and Fang were doing a lot of work. So, luckily, the flop hasn't been needed. But the further this game goes on, the closer it gets. The more we can't have a player that quiet. They're ready for the boost, but it's just going to be dry pistol swings. Oh, ooh, are they setting up? Ooh, doesn't seem like it. Just taking those wiggles together.
Dude, Valde's like trying to get on the boost, but then SunPayus gets spotted, and now it's like this weird nether zone.
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh.
Oh, the nade pull.
Ooh, he knows.
Oh, Fang.
Tell Fang, I guess.
It's kind of hard to check that one. That's awkward. Molly blows up. This is going from bad to worse. Don't lose the pistol.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be a bit embarrassing, but JT pistol out himself, even shoots his teammate. JT, go back to spawn. Let your team do it. You're causing more problems than solutions. Gets planted. Snappi with a kill over the top of the boost. They chase down hallzerk down to 7. Tick-tock. He's on the clock, flashed out, but he doesn't leave when he had the chance, and maybe he should have. Snappi with a second. There are guns down to grab. No kit. 2-on-2 as they move in. Oh dear!
Oh my!
JT, you gotta finish it.
So wrong, JT. You gotta be the man. You gotta be the hero, the savior. But they've swung them together, and that is an ugly round for ENCE. It's one of celebration.
They played it so smart.
Dude, I'm like mind blown. JT was like a National Geographic like documentary, you know, it's like, and here this tribe of child penguins, they will be decimated by the polar bear. And it's like, well, maybe you could have moved them, you could have done something, because he just watched as Fang got annihilated.
I say this with all due respect. That was one of the worst individual rounds of the tournament already. Couldn't get the short kills. Dinked his teammate.
Well, I mean,
couldn't bomb the boost or get the boost kill.
Yeah, it was unfortunate timing on the flash pull.
Yeah, it wasn't all mistakes.
It was a lot of awkwardness and ugliness all kind of culminating at the right/wrong time.
Just unlucky, I guess. But Fang is fast up ramp. With that flash from SunPayus, another teammate sent to hell. Poor JT, I feel for him. I really do after that round. Losing to a near full eco. SunPayus is so committed here. He needs the first kill. Does have his teammates on short side at least. 2 of them moving as he gets out. Oh, recovered well. That was an AWP. swapped out for Valde, who will not do much better. And the bomb's even going B, so JT can sell this one to perfection. More missed mollies. Cole needs to double-check their lineups already, I can see. Bit out of practice. JT, it's fine to die because his teammates have that B-bomb site. And that might even be just the save guaranteed after they take down the A lurk.
Yeah, lovely little openers, right, out of Fang and JT. And great to see that Complexity can keep a cool head on their shoulders in their kind of forced by wars after the weirdness of the round prior. That is reassuring.
I just hope he can get over it. I can't.
Ah, he's already over it.
Okay, good.
You might not be for
No.
some reason.
No. I just feel bad, man. I know what they feel like, those rounds.
Yeah. Sometimes you have a bad round. You know, that's
sure.
just the nature of the game.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes maybe lose, sometimes maybe win. And Cole now only one behind as they win a rifle round. They recover very well, ultimately, after...
Oh, Vertigo within Vertigo. Vertiception.
And a 9-0, well, 9-1 now to Sprout.
Like we all expected.
Yeah. Spirit up a map, though. All right, hallzerk, another rampant pace. Fang just tried this last round. He's going to do the same. Smoke spam. Out of ammo with the A1S is dangerous, and hallzerk knows he can smell his prey.
God,
he's getting spammed through yellow by maden. Stopped by the nades, couldn't go anywhere. Valde's found his way into ladder. Doesn't need to activate this flank. But it's good for later to know you have it as an option.
Yeah, you know, I think as well with how they were kind of somewhat burned in the pistol by triggering that flank very, very quickly. In this round, Valde's trying to be a little more elevated with it, right? Trying to hit that timing. He's also got a tremendous amount of control, right? Just having him here, you know that no weirdness can happen in mid. And he's available for a very, very fast flank while hearing everything that's happening around him. So he's giving a lot of info. He's denying a lot of map control from this position.
Oh.
He is going to win that fight over towards B. And Complexity now, they've got to get this trade. They will manage it. JT leads them in.
They missed the molly again on default. These have been some awkward grenades for Cole in this T side already. Oh, SunPayus sets him a light in the sight. 1v4 now for Fang, up close on this smoke, but there's two players here. Finds that first kill. He knows he's got the AWP trapped, but SunPayus is ready for a third kill. Nice round out of ENCE and out of the AWP specifically. He has hard carried this game, SunPayus, in so many rounds on T side, and now he's doing the same on defense as well. Cole calling in a timeout. That is the third molly on this T side that has exploded mid-air. Two of them on B default, one of them on A short. That's a big problem. That just shows it's something we talked about earlier. ENCE, 12 maps on Vertigo played in the last 6 months against plenty of tier 1 opposition. Complexity, 3 maps played in the last 6 months. They've not got the, time in the server. They may have prepped. They said they prepped. They said they've got new stuff. We saw some of that on CT side. But these are the cracks that are starting to show. And, well, not the right time to show them. Great.
Plus, when I think about like the kind of SunPayus like rise to fame back when he was in Movistar, a lot of the performances I think of are the ones that he gave us on this map, right? So he is like right at home here, and he knows how to be a very influential and affluent AWPer on this map in particular. He's a real nuisance on it. Getting involved in mid, normally a nice idea, but there are pistols here ready to trade this. Even the AK's looking to follow suit, but SunPayus somehow gets out of there. Now he's called for a bit more help over in mid. My God, he's getting a lot of it.
Yeah.
So much, in fact, that A's almost been completely forgotten about, and a lot of room's been given to Complexity right now to move up through short. Snappi and co will come back in to retake some of this control. Problem is now, though, you're kind of playing a guessing game. Are they where I think they are? For Snappi, he's good for one.
That's a very snappy play, right? But he gets so much info, and going 1-for-1 in that position is so valuable to ENCE. They know this A hit's about to come in. They can give up the sight. Oh, SunPayus sticks around for a kill, but he gets swung by maden instead. Another trade out. Grim can't get that plant as he gets spammed through the smoke, and hallzerk now in an impossible clutch. dycha just runs through. Disrespect from dycha. Puts ENCE up onto 12. Breaks another buy round for Complexity. And this game is really starting to slip through their fingers.
Yeah, and you know, this is where, like, early on, sure, maybe it didn't matter that Floppy was having a very rough go at it, but it's in crunch time as this ticks over that, you know, having someone this low down on the board, it's just leaving you lacking in firepower.
I love that play for dycha. What a call to do that. Ooh. Full Glock P250 round and range put between them and ENCE, who give up B. Very passive. They throw their nade, they go back to double mid. They've taken ramp though. They are flanking ramp, so they know this is a B play right now. They could even have nades ready for the plant if they want. Valde's uses HE. He's gonna have to start spraying and praying, but dycha is on for another ace. Already Valde robs it, but dycha, no complaints. He's come alive in these last couple of rounds now, and 20 kills as he's trying to level with SunPayus at top of the server. It's always meant to be an ENCE round into a full eco.
Yeah, but 9 of those were anti-ecos, mate, so, you know.
Hey, mate, kill's a kill. All looks the same on HLTV.
See, we haven't had an AWP for hallzerk. You know, it hasn't been a frequent appearance on this T side. Ooh. Part of me wants to see, you know, hit that kind of matchup versus SunPayus a little more.
Oh,
okay.
That's insane from Grim.
Yeah, kind of an unorthodox move, right? Coming through that smoke in the choke at mid.
Valde
Normally a very
smoked.
favorable fight for the CT.
It was a molly, Valde smoked it, and Grim just knows I have this tiny gap where he's still pulling his gun out. If he's actually playing in front of that smoke, I can run through. That's a crazy play to make, but works. Very nice entry, and yeah, it'd be great to have Grim late activate if Cole were to ever win this map. As I was talking about earlier, you know, the highest rated player to not make it to spring final, back a blast. Oh dear. Snappi again, deep down ramp, goes 1-for-1, but a man down still remain ENCE, and even further, Grim keeps it up. And you know, not just a stat that I gave, but in terms of all the players back at Blast last week, Grim was the 7th highest rated player, full stop. He rated a place above Simple, 2 places above Monacy. So he had a whale of a time. Be great to see him come alive now, because dycha is here to cause issues. There it is.
Then after the first, and yeah, it's Grimathy to find him. 3 in this round, a big hat trick, and you're dead on. You know, if we can have Grim looking squeaky clean, if he can kind of step up and fill that void left by, you know, someone like Floppy having a rough go, then that is what Complexity need. He can be that missing piece of the puzzle.
And he was doing that on T-side Anubis as well. Think about some of his B entries while JT came out dark and Grim would run out long and get a couple of entries onto SunPayus as well. So that was a very good T-side. And now he's had a couple of rounds here as well. And still have a bit of a lead. SunPayus is going for exits, man. He's got the money to risk this, but still very ballsy. Could give hallzerk an AWP if you die. Bro, how does he get away with that? How does he? Oh my! That's so crazy. He just thought 3 were stairs.
You know, when
they were open.
When he lobs the nade over, the only guy that gets hit by it was Floppy, and I was thinking, like, bro, imagine if it killed him.
It's like CT side all over
you're
again.
literally not fighting anyone in that position.
Dude, that's a ballsy attempt from SunPayus, but either way, he gets out with the AWP, and that's all that really matters. hallzerk still doesn't have his. All right, ENCE. Need to slap Cole in the face with some reality. A nice hearty dose, and dycha's here to deliver with a flash ready. They're boosting up. Oh, they don't know how close to death they are. But dycha getting covered will get traded. Poor Floppy again. But Grim at least makes up for it and gets that double kill on the site. Snappi's pushed all the way down, and he knows this one is ending in B.
Yeah, there's a bit of awkwardness right now because Fang's going to be late in with the bomb. Still, Snappi, luckily enough, having to take this low and slow means that that package will make it into the site. He's coming in very, very late for the backstab. Taking a very safe routing through the spawn. The JT's got a watchful eye on this. The IGL's going to clash in the back line while Grim faces close. Maden on the receiving end of that, and SunPayus not destined to get involved here. Snappi's called the save. The money just isn't there for ENCE. They've got to get out. They've got to hold on to both these guns if they want to reinvest in the next.
Back-to-back 3K B entries and enders for Grim here. He has switched on at the right time for Complexity. And Graham Pitt's getting hyped about it as well. Cole's manager over on the left side. 11 rounds now, only 2 separate these teams, and ENCE are being forced to save, but it at least allows for more rebuys. They can drop Maden, everyone else has the cash. God, this got very scary.
But, you know, super reassuring to have this out of Grim. You know, he is the kind of the experienced guy. He is the tenured one at the top level. He is the guy who, you know, even back in his time in Liquid, everyone kind of said, you know, he didn't have the spots he wanted. There's so much more this guy can offer.
And even early in this team, we didn't even see that, right? So it was like a very shot that narrative down. Like, okay, wait, is he just like, is he that good? But the more time, and ironically, we're talking about ENCE, the team that we did give time, and we got the results from back at Rio. They had a great major. They went 2-2 in Legend stage. They were a few rounds, but they got kind of stomped on the third map. But they were a map away from beating Mouse, going to the playoffs. And so it's great to see, given time of their own, given a new European AWPer, Complexity and Grim are stepping up.
I think it's clear that over these last few rounds, SunPayus has been a bit agitated at getting dodged, right? For someone who's kind of carried so much influence throughout this game, Cole have done a very, very good job of just flat out avoiding him over these last few rounds. So we see him trying to be a bit more involved, a bit more proactive over towards the short side of this A side of the map.
Valde. Great angle.
Valde wins that fight. And Valde's had a bit of a rough go at it, so a very important kill, right? You've just taken Grim out of the round, someone who, as you say, has gotten these back-to-back 3Ks to essentially put the last 2 rounds on the board for Cole. And Valde was the one to best him.
And now, finally, hallzerk has an AWP, but SunPayus is on the wide angle. He already owns this angle. They need to flash this off. And now Snappi is pushed in, crouched down, a very hard spot to clear. SunPayus hits his, great start, and it's set Snappi up perfectly.
Yeah, they're not ready for it. They're not at all ready for this. hallzerk with a response, and Floppy is deep up ramp. Had a chance there, but SunPayus just gets away. Now wrapped through short, flanked on ramp. Floppy is in hot water. 1 kill to the good, but there's more where that came from. This backstab's coming in, and Floppy's got no idea it's even happening. They want to face him. They want to put a stop to this.
Nice.
And Valde opens the round with a big kill onto Grim and is there to close it, finding 14 for ENCE at a very critical juncture. If you remember, they had to back out of that last 2v3 and save because they were going broke, right? They were running low on cash. They had enough for this buy. And so if this one came up short, they would have been in a really bad way.
Valdez is such a safe pair of hands, man. He's had a few rounds where he could have flanked early and he's not taken them. And those are super hard to stop the intrusive thought of go down ladder, flank, I've got the room. Just to play it safe and to keep the numbers up. And even on Anubis rather, he was very safe in A main as well. Had many rounds comparatively to Floppy, who would often get picked on that A site. Valde would often take a couple with him, stuck deep in A main by baskets. So yeah, he's been a really safe pair of hands in this series in general. And that round is one just like it. Walking up on the flank to deny a clutch puts ENCE on 14. And we consider Inferno as our third map if Cole don't win this round. Maden, absolute madman. And he's going to make it work.
Oh, he's right next to Fang. Snappi, for some reason, was looking there, even though Maden's literally on short. I don't know how or why they were ready for Fang in that position, but they were. And reality's starting to set in now when you go and seek your fortunes up ramp and neither of these early fights go your way. You know that you're screwed. Snappi's lining them up and Maden knocks them down. 15 for ENCE. Complexity, it's all hinging on a force buy or else this is going the distance and the score will be settled on Inferno.
Yeah, and it's great to see them win a lot of rifle rounds at the end of this game without SunPayus performing. I say without performing, you know, he was dodged for a while, and now the rifles have really been reaping rewards for ENCE. dycha has had some huge CT rounds on that B anchor, and now Maden's sending himself down ramp in the last couple. Look at Cole's money. They've got nothing to work with. Scout on Fang and a few deagles. And SunPayus even a new angle for him as well. He just sat in mid. Easy one and done spot. JT has made it up through that one way. Maybe they could flash him in, but they actually don't have a single flashbang in this round. That just screams ENCE's map win in this series. Fang may pick Snappi on A, but this orb's moved back round to the B site. And the bomb might eventually join him. They don't have any ramp control. dycha's even going to set up to flank. I love this play.
With no flash, you're not getting past SunPayus here.
No.
Not with the game he's having. And dycha, he smells the Eagles, mate. He wants to get involved. Swinging out from default. He wants to put a stop to this before it even starts. And there's his partner in crime. SunPayus and dycha light them up. Floppy dead last on the board. He's not winning this one in the 1v4. They face him together. It's a 16-11 finish for ENCE. And we go the distance. We go to a third map. Inferno will be the decider.